Namaste, Steve here, and welcome to the MN Yatra. The Yatra continues. Today, I'm in the Delhi airport on my way to Ranchi, where I will be delivering a workshop for a group of principals about how they can improve education in their schools to help children find the right paths for them in their lives and wind up with happy and successful careers. And while in transit, I've had some time to have some breakfast and to read the morning paper, and in today's Times Ascent, there's an interesting article. You can see it here today, and there's the Education Minister, Mr. Kapil Sibal. My finger's on his face. Don't want to be disrespectful. There we are. Get him nice and straight. And he talks about vocational training and the fact that there's going to be about 9 crore people over the next few years who are going to be joining the workforce, and the tremendous need there is to get them the right skills in order for them to become productive and successful members of the Indian workforce. And at the top is an interesting quote that says, "The nature of learning has changed, but our educational institutions haven't kept pace with that." Well, I'm happy to see the changes that have been taking place. I mean, Kapil Sibal has done so much in such a short period of time. Although there are some pinches in the process, there are always going to be growing pains. I don't think anybody can fault him for the great effort that he's doing, and we've got to applaud the effort. But the reality is that the changes that he envisions are really going to take a long time. It's not something that can happen overnight. It's going to take years, and perhaps it could even take decades before the changes now start having some kind of valuable effect. In the meantime, what are we to do until then? It's going to take a long time. What about children in schools today? Or after the next 5 years or 7 years, where the change is not going to have that much impact? What are we to do about those people? And if you're one such person who's in school right now, what are you going to do? Should you just sit back and, continue to be disappointed with the education that you're getting and just bear it? Well, my answer is no. And also, let me point something out. In the same newspaper, in the top corner up here, if you can see it, let's see if I can get that right up there. There you go. It's a quote by Henry Ford. And Henry Ford here says, "Don't find fault, find a remedy." So there. I mean, you can go on, you could blame Kapil Sibal, you could blame the Indian government, you could blame the British Raj for starting this formal system of education that's making everybody suffer, from the first place. Let's take Henry Ford's advice and let's find a remedy. My suggestion for a remedy is that you shouldn't depend on schooling anyway as your whole source of your education. In fact, Mark Twain once famously said, "I never let my schooling interfere with my education." Yes, that schooling alone is not the only place where you have to, depend upon your learning. Learning can happen everywhere. The world is your classroom. You can learn from absolutely everything and anything. If you want to read, you've got everything on the internet. You can search, you can find out. There's so much information there. You've got books, you've got television, you've got DVDs. There's no end to what you can learn from in this world. So why depend completely on school? School's a place where we have to go, of course, and we've got to do some amount of learning there, but it's not the only place that we can learn from. Well, that's one remedy. There are certainly lots more I know you could come up with. I know I could come up with. However, looks like my time's up for today because my flight is about to leave for Ranchi and I got to make a move. However, I leave you with that thought for today, which is don't let learning come to you only through textbooks and through teachers' homework assignments and through lectures. Get out there, make learning yours, learn what you have to make your life a success. And with that, I will sign off and say I will see you soon with more from the MN Yatra.